camera died on me, man. Oh, man, I gotta use my phone. Alright. No biggie. The words still go on. Try to do the best I can. Read the book of 1 Samuel, the 18th chapter, go into brotherhood. Because the camera had cut on me, my camera died. Oh, man. Make sure we on. We do what we can. We read 1 Samuel 18. Read 1 Samuel 18. Going into brotherhood. Going to brotherhood, Israelite history. It says, and it came to pass, when they made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. And Saul took him that day and would not let him go no more to his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of his robe that was upon him and gave it to David, and his garments, even to his sword and to his bow and to his girdle, man. So he gave him everything off his back, man, and his sword and his girdle. And this was a time when David was on the run from Saul. That's called what? Brotherhood, man. And he had Satan been acting up, cutting the camera and all this foolishness, man. But all glory to the Most High, the thing from our phone, man. See, and that's called brotherhood, man. That's a true friend right there. Okay, let me read chapter 19, and I'm also read 20. 1 Samuel chapter 19, verse 1. It says, and Saul spake to Jonathan his son and to all his servants that they should kill David. So Saul wanted to kill David. Let's see what Jonathan did, man. And Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David. And Jonathan told David, saying, Saul my father seeketh to kill thee. Now therefore I pray thee, take heed to thyself until the morning, and abide in a secret place and hide thyself. This is against his own father's wishes. This is a time when there was a civil war in Israel between the house of Saul and the house of David. Jonathan is physically a part of the house of Saul, but spiritually is a part of the house of David, man. Okay? Especially because of that brotherhood, man. It says, and I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where thou art, and I will commune with my father thee. And what shall I see? I will tell thee. And Jonathan spake of David unto Saul his father, and said unto him, let not the king sin against his servant, against David, because he hath not sinned against thee, because his works have been to thee afterward very good. For he had put his life in his hand, and slew the Philistine, and the Lord wrought a great salvation. For all Israel thou sawest it, and didst rejoice. Remember telling him, remember David's good work, man. And all Israel saw that the Most High had to be with him. For how could a young shepherd boy put Goliath to death? Right? And didst rejoice, wherefore? Then thou wilt sin against innocent blood to slay David without a cause? And Saul hearkened unto the voice of Jonathan, And Saul swore, as Yahawah shall liveth, he would not be slain. And Jonathan called David, and Jonathan showed him all those things. And Jonathan brought David to Saul, and he was in his presence as in times past. So Jonathan saved David many times from Saul, man. Because it was called what? Brotherhood. Okay, you can also read 1 Samuel, the 20th chapter. All right? See if I can find something in there. If not, I'll read 2 Samuel 20. See 1 Samuel 20. 20 and 40. Further read the brotherhood between David and Jonathan, man. Okay, this is proving your friends, man. All right, I wasn't even going to bring this scriptures out, but it just came out. 1 Samuel 20, verse 39. Verse 40. And Jonathan gave his artillery unto his lad, and said unto him, Go carry them to the city. And as soon as the lad was gone, David arose out of the place toward the south, and fell on his face toward the ground, and bowed himself 3 times, and they kissed one another, and wept with another until David exceeded. And Jonathan said to David, Go in peace, for as much we have sworn both of us in the name of Yahawah saying, Yahawah shall be between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed forever. Then he rose and departed, and Jonathan went into the city. So they had, it tells you in 2 Samuel, maybe 2 Samuel 1. All right, so proving your friends, man. This is all examples of brotherhood, and this is all our history. Okay? I'm going to read the book of 2 Samuel, and I'm going to move on. All right, good. 2 Samuel, chapter, and this is after, after Saul and Jonathan's death. You had the Amalekite try to gain credit, but it turned on his own head, man. Read 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse. This is what David said. 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 23. Saul and Jonathan were lovely and pleasant in their lives, and in death they were not divided. They were swifter than eagles, they were stronger than lions. Ye daughters of Israel, weep over Saul, who clothed you in scarlet, and with other delights, who put on ornaments of gold upon your apparel. How are the mighty fallen in the midst of battle, O Jonathan? Thou wast slain in thy high places. I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan, very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful. Where am I? Read again. Verse 26. I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan, very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love for me was wonderful, passing the love of women. This is what brotherhood, man. Okay, supreme brotherhood, man. The brotherhood Yahawashi was teaching in John the 15th chapter. Okay? Laying down your life for your brethren. Exactly. That's what Jonathan did. Okay? So, I had to bring that little history out. And back to you scoffers, you idiots, man. The scripture says this, Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 25. It's too bad for G-Man. You should improve your friends, man. The more you guys just gonna keep falling. One by one. It says Ecclesiastes 4:25. It says, in no wise speak against the truth, but be abashed of the error of thine ignorance. Read it again. The scripture says, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 25, in no wise speak against the truth. Okay? You ain't supposed to speak out against the truth. The scripture says, whoso despises the word shall be destroyed. All right? That's why it's also written in the book of Proverbs chapter 26, verse 13. Proverbs 26, verse 13. Is it 13 or 11? Yeah, this also goes into a false friend right here, talebearer. Proverbs 26. It's not what I wanted, but I read it. It says Proverbs chapter 26. Say a flattering tongue work your ruin. But I want to read a precept, Proverbs. Let me find this. Proverbs chapter 21. There we go. Proverbs 21, verse 30. There is no wisdom, like it says in the book of Acts, the 5th chapter. If this counsel be of men, it's going to come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you can't overthrow it. I'll read it again. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 30. There's no wisdom, no understanding, nor counsel against Yahawashi. None. Okay? That's why it says in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 1st chapter. So all what you guys are doing is going to come to naught anyway. That wicked counsel that y'all guys came up with to slander the truth is going to fall, man. And it's falling right now. All right? That's what it says in the book of 1 Corinthians. Wow, I don't even have first grade. That page is ripped out. My phone, I'm using my phone right now. I ain't number Satan, man. You know? Yeah, that's a nigga for you though, man. Just smoking his bullshit, man. That's why the Most High gonna kill 2/3. And that's why the elders said they ain't teaching on 34th no more, man. So guess what? There's gonna be a famine of the word, man. There's gonna be a physical famine. But the Most High said he's going to send a spiritual famine in the land. All right? A spiritual famine, man. And you Jakes, you going to get it, man. The Most High is closing up the breaches, man. That's why it says, I guess I'll read one more scripture for you scoffers. Everybody be smoking their life away out here. That's good. This goes out for you scoffers and you demons. I'll read this what King David says. Psalms 144 verse 6. Cast forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Send thy hand from above. Rid me and deliver me out of great waters or troubles, from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. Okay? That's what King David said for you scoffers and you demons, man. But like I said, there's going to be a famine of the word out here. Ezekiel the 7th chapter. All right? That's why Joshua said, choose ye this day whom you going to serve. Okay? Read Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 26. You know, we just preaching to the wind, man. At this point. All right? That means the Most High is closing up the breaches, and he's about to shut this thing down. Yahawah, Yahawashi is about to shut this whole thing down. Because you jakes, you ain't taking heed. All right? Although that means that the 144,000, the elect, is almost sealed. Ezekiel 7:26. Oh, man. Ezekiel 7:23. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen. Who's the worst of the heathen? Esau, through his New World Order. All right? His martial law and his concentration camps. That's why they're doing all these false flag attacks, man. And it's been happening. It's been a shooting pretty much almost every other month. There's been major shootings. Okay? Some are hoax, some are probably real. But these false flags, they have a what? There's an agenda. An agenda is to take your rights away, man. Ezekiel 7:23. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. And I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. They're going to go from house to house, and they're going to put you jakes to death. They're going to show no mercy to your young ones, man, or to your old ones. Okay? Because they're doing the will of the Most High in the left hand. Read on. Wherefore I will, verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then they shall seek the vision of the prophet. It's when all hell breaking loose. That's when these people out here going to try to get right, man. And of course, at that time, it's going to be too late. All right? It's going to be too late, man. Let me read on. Verse 26 again. Mischief shall come upon mischief. Okay? Like the Lord said, the distress of nations. All the prophecies going to happen one after another. Okay? Martial law, the chip, famine, race riot, disease, warfare. World War III going to be breaking out. All right? One after another, man. Mischief upon mischief. The things you trust in, you're going to end up losing it. Your so-called pleasures, what you like doing in your pastime, that's going to cease. The internet is going to be shut down, man. People gonna know who to look for in that time, but it's gonna be too late. All right. It said, "Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then they shall seek the vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and the counsel from the ancient." Okay. That's why it also says, I think, in the book of Micah. I think it's in Micah. Micah chapter 3, verse 6. says, therefore night shall be unto you, that he shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that he shall not divine, and the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them, man. Read that again. Micah chapter 3, verse 6. Therefore night, that's what Yahawashi said before I read that. Read John chapter 9, verse 4. Further break this down. John chapter 9, verse 4. It's Yahawashi. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. So, well, we're in the evening right now. Okay, we're in the evening right now, man. And it's about to be night, which is what? It's a famine of the word. Everything we prophesy about, everything that's on the floor, the signs, it's going to happen. Okay? Read it. It says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. The night is coming when no man can work. Come out here and prophesy. As I said, Micah chapter 3, verse 6. I'm going to read that now again. So we understand what the night is talking about. Therefore night shall be unto you, and he shall not have a vision. And it shall be dark unto you, and he shall not divine. Man, read it again, verse 6. Therefore night shall be unto you, that he shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that he shall not divine. And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them, man. Also, the Most High told Ezekiel that he was going to allow his tongue to cleave to the top of his mouth. He was going to call them to be dumb, unable to speak. That's why the scripture says the prudent shall be quiet in that time, because it's an evil time. It's going to be a famine of the word. And that's why the elders, they shook the dust on 34th Street, man. Okay, and all of us about to shake the dust real soon. Okay, because the Most High is closing up the breaches. That's why you got to get this thing while you still can. Man. A lot of dudes, they half in and they half out. They can do more, but they refuse to. Okay? That's going to be you, that servant that got his talent in a napkin. Verse 7. Then shall the seers, or the prophets, be ashamed, and the diviners confounded. Yea, they shall cover their lips, for there's no answer of the Most High. That's what we're going to do in that time, man. Okay, we're not going to say nothing, man. Just like the parable of the 10 virgins, Matthew the 25th chapter. In fact, let me see if I get that. That's also going into the famine of the word. So we must do the works while we still can, before the night comes. Because when the night comes, no man can work. Okay? Mosai did say he was going to send, let me read Isaiah 10, before I read Matthew 25. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger. Which the Most High used the Assyrians back then to come down on the northern kingdom. But Assyria, Babylon is what? That's also going into America, man. This is Rome, this is Babylon, this is Egypt, this is Sodom and Gomorrah. All of that. Okay, a cohesion of all those wicked empires in one. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5. O Syrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand in mine indignation, or righteous anger. I will send them against a hypocritical nation. Who's that hypocritical nation? You niggas and you spicks, man. That go to church on Sunday, man. Okay, that's doing every evil under the sun. Y'all that hypocritical nation with the biggest Bibles. Talking about you love Jesus, man. The Lord gonna visit y'all, man. You weed smoking niggas, man. Verse 6, it says, I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like mire of the streets, man. Like we said, they gonna do a major false flag. And America, as you know, gonna change. All right? America, as you know, gonna change, man. I don't think these are the end of these false flag events, man. It's gonna be much more. Okay? That's what I'm gonna read Matthew the 25th chapter now. Let me read Matthew 11. Matthew chapter 11, verse 16. Verse 15. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. For whereunto shall I liken this generation? It's like children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows, and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have piped unto you jakes, coming out here week in and week out, looking like fools for Yahawashi's sake, in the rain, in the cold, when it's hot, all seasons, man, week in and week out. Being a faithful servant of Yahawashi, doing what we're called to do. But you ain't dancing, you ain't listening. So I'm going to read that precept again. For whereunto I shall liken this generation, it is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you. We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. So you guys are not sighing and crying, man. Hey, what's going on?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, good.
Good.
All right.
Thank you. I always feel like I'm a Benjaminite.
Yeah?
I don't know why. I sympathize with Rebecca's story and the whole baby and giving birth and pain for him. And,
Right. You know what Benjamin is, right?
No. West Indies story.
Yeah.
That's what I'm from.
Yeah.
That's why I said I always felt close to Benjamin.
Right. The West Indians always used to sing those songs about Zion, about Babylon. But the scripture says Benjamin. Well, a lot of people from the Caribbean name is Benjamin too.
Yes.
You know, and because the scripture said Benjamin raven as a wolf.
Yes.
He's known for his recant. A wolf is known for his recant or his singing. So so they always known for what? Singing about Zion, and always talking about the downfall of Babylon. They couldn't really break it down scripturally, but that was just always in their spirit.
Yes. I hear you. Yeah, I know. It's, I get my skin. I think about it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, you just hear it and you don't have a sort of reference.
Yeah.
And when you get the reference point, I just weep.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know, but you getting ready for your life to change, or no?
Yeah.
Because you know that's what we preach every week.
I should come up and listen.
Well, you know, I was just funny you said that because I was just teaching about the famine of the word. When things start really getting crazy, which is getting crazy right now, with all these false flag shootings and the economy playing up and down and World War III brewing and the racial tension. When it really hit, you know, you ain't gonna see me no more. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. That's a famine of the word right there. You know? That's what the Lord said, I must do the works while it's still day. The night come when no man can work. And that's where all the things that we've been talking about start happening one after another. You know?
Exactly. It's coming.
It's coming. Well, you know, and like we always teach, it's coming because Trump is a perfect guy for it to come.
Yeah.
You see?
You could see it.
Yeah. You could feel it. It's in the air,
Yeah.
He about to do major cuts to welfare real soon. Major cuts.
Major cuts, yeah.
I think they say he want to make it like instead of getting food stamps, they're gonna give you items.
Oh, well, hello.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So then all the garbage that the
Yes.
companies don't want, they're going to give it to you.
Yeah, yeah. And all the stuff that people use their food stamp money for, they won't be able to use it for that.
Right.
The EBT cards, because they're gonna give you food that they think you should have. You see what I'm saying?
Like the food that expires in 2050. See that commercial with those little blonde kids? There's a commercial comes on those odd channels, not the main, and it's Coleman's food. It's like preparing you for disaster, and this food would last for 20 years. Never seen it? I think it's a Coleman. Yeah. It's like are you prepared for disaster? And this food could last you for all these years? Yeah.
What food could last for 20 years? You know,
exactly. Well, yeah.
All kind of chemicals in it.
Right, of course. There's that commercial, so they get you ready. But it's always those little blonde and white kids. Never, you don't see black kids in that commercial.
No.
Because we don't need, they're not gonna.
Nah.
They don't want us to survive. You know?
And that's the time you're gonna have the ultimate faith.
Yeah.
Ultimate faith in that time.
Yeah.
Like the Lord said, my servant shall eat, but you shall matter of fact, if you ever read the book of Kings, when the famine came, because they didn't listen to the prophet Jeremiah,
Yeah.
it was so bad that the women started eating their own children.
Yeah.
And that's going. And there was brothers in the truth who said they had a dream that came to America.
Wow.
This happened. They saw this happen.
Yeah.
They were going house to house killing people, man.
Well, didn't that happen when the first pilgrims came here, when the white people came? Because they found one girl, and she was the first little girl, and they found it was cannibalism.
Yeah, the
Jamestown.
pilgrims was nothing but because they couldn't they didn't know how to do basic agriculture, till the land.
Yeah.
They didn't know about any of those things. They didn't even know how to take a shower until the Native Americans showed them all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And I mean, you and I so much at point, and I was telling my niece, those are the people who came here. And I mean, when Africa was thriving, the great continent, those countries, Ireland, Scotland, England, Germany, they didn't even exist. They were not even in existence. There was no Spain or Portugal when, black people, when there was the African kingdom, Egypt.
No, at that time, no. Oh, you seen did you see funny you brought that up. You see that they said the first inhabitants of Britain is called the Cheddar Man. You heard it?
I saw it.
Yeah. They said with dark skin.
Blue eyes.
Yeah, with the Japhetic people.
And they apparently did some DNA testing and found one of his relatives.
Yeah.
And the guy looks like him, except he's white.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because later on in history, they probably mingle with white, just like the Moors.
Yes.
Like they said, people in southern Italy, they go back to the Moors because of what they killed all the white male in Italy and raped the women. But of course, the first inhabitants of Britain with dark skin. Those are the sons of Japheth. Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Yes.
Japheth went to Europe, which would be the Indonesians, Polynesians, the Aborigines. Because that guy looked like an Aborigine, the Cheddar Man.
Yes.
Those were the first inhabitants of Europe. And then later on in history, the Greeks, Alexander, the Greek father, Philip of Macedon, he kicked them further to the east. You see? But that was way after the Israelites, the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Persians. Then the white man started coming up, and he learned from the dark nation.
Yes, I think so too. I agree. But what did you say Cheddar Man is from? Which tribe?
Who?
Cheddar Man.
The Cheddar Man, Japhite.
Japhite.
You know the Medes. You read the Persians and the Medes.
I've heard the Persians.
The Medes were the lesser. They were subjected to the Persians. The Medes were in Europe, and the Medes go back to Madai. Madai was one of the sons of Japhite.
See, when I read, I don't know the pronunciation, so it gets kind of lost. But
yeah, that's Genesis 10.
Oh, Genesis 10. Okay.
Yeah, that's called the Table of Nations.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we've been knew that, but you see, they now bringing all that stuff out.
Right.
And you got a lot of white people upset. How the hell can you be upset?
Right.
Everything didn't start with you, man. That's crazy to even think that.
That's how I feel. Oh my God.
They're crazy.
They're nuts.
They're insane for even thinking that,
I
man.
think they're superior to us because we're...
That's crazy. And they showed the I don't know, remember her name, but the queen from Egypt, and it was like a whitewashed version.
Cleopatra?
Nefertari, yeah.
Nefertari, yeah.
And people's like, that ain't no goddamn Nefertari.
Right.
There was a whitewashed version of Nefertari.
Yes. Yeah, of course.
That's just insane, man. See, and you see they came out with the Samson movie, and it flopped.
Yeah.
All these whitewashed biblical films, once upon a time, they would do
yeah,
good.
Right, but not anymore.
People woke up to that.
I think black people know instinctively.
Yeah.
And I think that's why some have that rage.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get this lie anymore, and I'll kill you before I suffer.
Yeah.
I surrender and subject myself to such bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit, yeah. Because we in the information era.
Yeah.
You got to come with something more believable than that, man.
Exactly.
You see, people not falling for that no more. Plus, we out here bringing out the truth.
Yeah.
That's what the whole Black Panther movie was such a big deal. I didn't see the movie yet. I'm gonna go see
I haven't
it.
seen it either.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, there's an opera, Nabucco. And I think Nabucco was one of the kings who was against the Jewish religion, the Jewish people, and the Israelites. And then I think he tried to destroy them or something happened. But at the end, he came around. But when they built his well, not his castle, but his fort, his whatever. And I looked at Black Panther, their construction, it's almost the same thing. It's amazing.
Really?
The old kingdom, yeah.
Yeah. I know they had kingdoms in I have to go through the history again. Timbuktu.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
yeah, a lot of the Igbo would tell you the Yoruba.
The Igbo,
Yeah. Man. Forgot. Mansa Musa.
Yeah.
I got to go through that history again. The West African kingdoms. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Yeah.
Of history, I think.
Yeah, on 80-something Street. Yeah.
Art is here, right? I mean, there's a whole African section.
Yeah.
That I just went, oh my God! They had those curry seeds, those curry things. And growing up in Grenada, we have some little beads, the little tiny red and black beads. And I have those things in my apartment because they're so part of Grenada. I went to the museum, I saw masks that was made, those little things on them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
But you know, we know, and we gravitate and we collect things but we don't know why.
Right. Because it's in your spirit.
It's in your,
It's in your spirit. You can't explain it, but it's in your spirit.
It's in your spirit, exactly. And I think that's why those kids are so lost, because they know this is rubbish. And they're so angry.
Yeah.
So
They finally could look up this hero that's not white.
Yeah. And
that's a lot of kids gravitated to that. Because they finally see a movie, which I thought they was going too crazy over a fictitious character, but it finally show a movie where you're not drug dealing, gang banging.
Yes, exactly.
And to show you in a state of rulership.
Yes,
and
exactly.
A lot of white people didn't like that.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
That's what you tell me.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it's too damn bad. Like, who gives a shit? Because, like we always teach, they going down anyway. And they were trying to make, quote unquote, black people, Israelites, think that you were never nothing.
Oh, yeah.
You were swinging on the trees in Africa. We got you and put you in slavery. That's your history.
That's right. And when you know within yourself that who you are and you try to connect to that, you're arrogant, you're uppity.
Yeah, because they didn't put their stamp of approval on it.
Yeah.
You see, but their former history and their science and their knowledge is getting cast down. He's being exposed for the devil that he is.
Yeah, he is.
That's all the nations, the Eastern nations, is coming up against him to bring war.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they realize he's a hypocrite.
He's a hypocrite. And what I tell people, I said, sometimes forget about this white-black thing so much, and look at the way they treated their own people. Look, for example, case in point, those old Western movies when I'm home doing nothing and I happen to turn this channel and I want you to there's still be a really nice white family next door who grazed his or her cattle in the person's land or whatever. And the man could have children and babies in there, wives. It's like burn them out. They don't care. So if they did that to their own people, what do you think they'll do to us?
Yeah. And those old Western movies, you try to make them look like the hero.
Yeah.
They were the devil toward the Native American Indians. Yeah.
And to them and everybody.
Yeah.
They were just evil for no reason. There was no discussion.
No.
It's just boom, 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 burn your house, kill you. It's amazing. I tell you, a lot of people don't like me because you're arrogant, you're this, you're that. I said, I'm not arrogant. I just know who I am and where I come from.
Yeah. And when you know who you are, it gives you a sense of self-pride and dignity.
It does. And you know what? You could you could do what you want to do with this, but I know who I'm connected.
Yeah.
And it's it's okay.
Like we are, the knowledge of self, as the scripture says, search out the ways of thy fathers. Knowledge of self is the most. You can't teach a man nothing unless you can tell him who he is
That's
first.
right.
Because
Exactly.
without that, you could be shaped and molded into anything.
That's right. And that's why they don't want to do it. That's why I tell my sisters that you have to indoctrinate your children.
Have to.
I said indoctrinate them.
You have to.
Otherwise, the drug dealers are going to
Yeah.
take control.
That's street garbage, man. And where has that gone us? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
Well, I hope things are getting around.
Well, it's going to get, like they always say, it's going to get worse.
Before it gets better.
Because like we keep, I mean, you probably don't believe it, but you'll see it. When I say America will soon, like the Bible, every prophecy the Most High said going to happen, it's going to happen. And we in a time of it happening.
Yes.
You know?
Africans.
No, well, Israelites. Yeah.
Israelites. I was going to say black people because I want to include a lot of non-Israelites black people. But I think as a whole, we're very gentle. For the most part, we're very forgiving. We believe in equality, live and let live. I know when my grandmother was alive, if somebody came to the house, it didn't matter what she had, she's gonna found something to give that person. And that was I think that's the spirit.
That's what the Lord called them, the lost sheep. Sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
And I see it we're so trusting and forgiving and honest in a way. We cannot believe that somebody would do this to us. So what is it? Could you believe it? Yes, it happened.
Yeah, well, you're going to see it.
Yeah, it's like,
See?
yeah, it happened. What Israelites? Well, yeah.
That's what Scripture calls us, a lost sheep.
Yeah.
That's what the Scripture talk about Jacob. Jacob was a plain man. He just liked to chill.
Yeah.
There was Esau, who was the white man. He wanted to go out hunting.
Yes.
He used to eat meat with blood in it. That's them.
That's them. But let me ask you something. If you have two children, twins, how could be one black and one white?
Well, they tell you in Genesis 25.
One was red. Esau was red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it said 2 nations shall be in thy womb. So that was the first time a woman brought forth 2 different people.
But it's okay. But I mean, it's God's work. But it's almost impossible, right? In this day and age, you think?
Well, no, because I've seen, 2 different nations. Yeah, but I've seen it before. Well, they showed it. A couple in West Africa. The child came out dark, and the other child came out like an albino, with blonde hair and all of that.
Was that in England? I think that happened. Well, maybe. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they were West African.
Yes.
Yeah, but now those 2 children are of the same nation.
Yes.
But this one here, Genesis 25.
Yeah.
The Most High told him, and the children struggled together within her, 25, 22.
Yes.
And she said, if it so be, why am I this?
Yes.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. But we were the younger, because he came out first,
Esau was the young,
No, he was the older. Esau came out first.
Yes.
And Jacob hand held his heel.
Yes.
And that symbolically represented, in the future, the Most High was going to use the Israelites to bring him down. You see what I'm saying? That's why the scripture says when you get the Apocrypha, Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Those are the 14 books they took out.
It's Judith.
Yeah, the book of Ezra, He's the end of the world. He's ruling. When you read about Revelation of beast and the dragon, that's him.
Yeah, Esau. But wasn't his nation in Egypt to enslave the Israelites? Wasn't it?
No, those are quote unquote Africans, authentic Africans.
Oh, they were not because Chabad, the Jewish people said that
Haman?
Chabad, those Hasidic Jews without the crows.
Yeah.
They said that that was Esau's people, the Egyptians, the ones who held the Jews and the Israelites in captivity. But that's another verse.
I know Haman. When they celebrate Purim.
That's Purim, right? No, but I'm saying Chabad, the religion Chabad.
Oh, okay,
the Jewish sect. You know Chabad. They go on the trucks and they sing and you see them walking around. Those young men. They're dressed like Hasidic Jews. They are Hasidic Jews. They are.
And those are, and you know when you go to the Jewish encyclopedia,
Yeah.
it tells you Edom,
Yeah.
Esau
Yes.
is modern Jewry. Them. If they tells you that in the encyclopedia,
really?
yeah.
But I heard the opposite. Okay.
Yeah, they say modern Jewry.
Okay.
They're Edomites, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who they are. They're pretty weird.
You know, they don't even believe in this Bible. They believe in the Talmud.
They have their Bible.
Most of them believe in the Talmud. That's the foundation.
The Talmud is different though. The Talmud, because the reason why I'm telling you this, because I go to the Kabbalah Center or some Jewish, and they have the Torah reading, which is the same as that Bible here. Because I look at them, and even the Psalms and things, they have the same. The Talmud is more like a law, and it takes about 7 years to go through the Talmud because they study a page a day or something.
Yeah, and the Talmud is an evil book.
Yeah.
Even the Kabbalah is an evil book.
And when I go there, well, I haven't. Let me not say the Kabbalah is an evil book. You're probably absolutely right. But from my experience, the Kabbalistic Bible is basically the same Bible that I would read, the King James Version, except the translation may be a little different because it's not like Old English style.
You're talking about the Kabbalah or the Kabbalah Bible?
Well, the Bibles. They have five books, 5 Kabbalah Bibles. The first book, Genesis, and so on and so forth. And it has commentaries from the Rav and whoever. But the reading itself, the Torah portion is the same.
And what else is in it?
Well, they have the Haftorah, which is like the reading that corresponds to the prophets. Yeah, but that's really what it is. I mean, the ones that I've seen.
Yeah.
Now, maybe they have some secret thing that they don't allow the average
because that's
person.
what the Kabbalah, the mysticism, the witchcraft.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never seen the witchcraft and stuff. And they do have like the 72 names of God and the 42 Anabeko, they scan things and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's never like, and although you make, which for me, I don't think it's witchcraft because it's how to, be a better person and so on. This is what they preach. But again, on my level, I've never seen anything beyond, witchcraft and invoking bodies and doing all that kind of stuff. It's like within you.
Yeah, right. And they don't deal with numerology and the Kabbalah and all of that? Because all of that's in there.
They do it, but not in the Bible. You know what I mean?
I don't know what book.
Not in the Bible. They tell you, for example, the 12 signs of the zodiac.
Yeah,
right?
that's all witchcraft.
Right.
Yeah.
It equates to the 12 signs of the 12 tribes of Israel and those kinds of connections.
Right. They deal with numerology, mysticism.
Yeah.
The Bible. Matter of fact, let me get you a scripture on that.
Okay.
Because in times past, the Lord told us don't get involved in that. It tells you that in the Torah.
Right.
It said Deuteronomy 18, verse 10.
Right, you know this by heart.
Yeah. That's what the scripture said. Blessed is he that read it. Oh man, this page is hard.
Deuteronomy. That's when Moses.
It's second law.
When Moses kind of wept them, kicked them butt, so to speak, after he.
And the Most High to rewrite.
For all the things that they did to the Lord, and he chastised them.
Deuteronomy's second law, because he had broke the tablets.
Yes.
So the Most High did it again. Deuteronomy 18 and 10.
Yeah.
It says, thou shalt not be found any of you. Okay, let me read that. It says, make it his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, which they did that in times past.
Okay.
Sacrifice their kids.
Oh, yeah.
Or use a divination or observer of times, which are the zodiac.
Right. Yeah.
Or enchantments, or a witch, or a charmer, or consulter with familiar spirits, or wizard, or necromancy. For all they that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy power doeth drive them out before you. So that's why the Lord kicked out the ancient Canaanites, because they were into the same thing. And a lot of those people, they used to worship those different signs and symbols.
Yeah. They have the big Rosh. It's called Rosh Kodesh. That's Rosh is head. And like Rosh Hashanah is the head of the something, so
head of the year.
Head of the year, right?
Yeah, which the head of the year really is the Passover, the first Exodus 12.
Right.
But they say it's the Rosh Hashanah, which is the new moon, the new moon of the new moons.
Right.
To them,
Right, which is I know. Well, listen, what are you gonna do? No. Yeah, so they do the Rosh Chodesh every day when they bring in the new moon, and then they do the Rosh Hashanah and they do their stuff.
But if you want to learn more, you can come up here and,
Where are you located? I used to know 125th.
Well, I'm located here, and it's also online, yeah.
Oh, okay. What is what do you call it again?
The site is Seers of Truth 144.
Seers.
Yeah, Seer, SEERS of Truth 144.
Seer of Truth, okay. Got you.
Very
nice. Yeah, I better look around. What are you at? Well, I can look it up online. Seers of Truth.
144 on YouTube.
Like seer, like the eyes to see.
Yeah. That's the ancient name for a prophet. Seer?
Yeah. Well, I've been reading, Samuel, because I'm trying to read when I'm up at night. And it's very interesting. I was reading Kings last night too, but it's hard to for the interpretation because I don't.
Yeah, Kings is a record, of all the kings,
Yes, I read that. And I read, it's very interesting. I found out that Psalm 18 is in Samuel, 2 Samuel, towards the end of that when David was about to die, but he was thanking the Lord for all the things that he had done for him. He protected him from Saul and all that.
Yeah, the civil war,
And it's like Psalm 18. I said, oh my goodness.
It's the same thing as Samuel,
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Because he's not the only one in Psalms. There's Asaph, Korah, there's different guys who wrote Psalms,
Yes, even his son wrote some of them, I think, right?
Solomon got Proverbs. Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon.
Yes, Ecclesiastes, yes.
Is also in here too, Wisdom of Solomon.
And then,
That's what you got to get the 14 books too. This is what they took out, Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, okay.
The other half of Esther.
Oh, there was more to Esther.
Yeah, because before Esther happened, the whole story of Esther, Mordecai had the vision that it would happen. He saw the two dragons would fight each other, which was Jacob and Esau.
Oh, Esau, yeah. But then who took it? You said they. Who's they?
Well, there was a Bible destruction group, and it was really the Roman Catholic Church who said, because they were against King James, he was a Protestant. They said it doesn't make sense to keep printing the Apocrypha as just a history book.
Yeah.
So they said we can't afford the printing press, so they separated the two.
But how about the Israelites, the Jews? Don't they have the original stuff?
Who? You mean the Jewish people?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, why wouldn't they have the original? Because I thought they have the Hebrew and the Aramaic and they have all that.
Nah, because they're converts. Remember, we always get on them. They converted to Judaism.
Okay.
To Kagan Bullen,
But the original Bible that Moses brought down.
No, it was in stone.
Okay.
In stone it went to scrolls.
Well, okay, from the stone to scrolls.
And then the scrolls later on they started compiling it in books.
All right, so the scrolls, so a lot of things were left off the scrolls then, from the tablet and scrolls. So how do we know that things were left out?
Well, you can't know.
Okay.
Because how do we know things are left out? First of all, the only original scroll would be the first one. Everything else is a copy.
Right. So where is the original scroll? Does anybody know?
No, because that would be over 2,000 something or 5,000 plus years old.
Yeah, 5,000. Yeah.
And certain things got destroyed. That's why they kept rewriting it.
Right.
And they sent it out to different churches,
right.
and they kept rewriting it, sending different copies and epistles.
Right.
That's how it went.
Okay.
And the first Bible was the Septuagint. That was in Greek.
Right. Yeah. And there was different stuff. So when I come up, I'm gonna bring my Bible, the one that I have. Take a look at just on the surface because it has the Hebrew, English, and it has lots of commentaries by all these Rashmi, Rambam, blah 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 blah. Who's what but it's neither here nor there. But my point is, they have all these different interpretations.
Yeah. Well, you should look up that Kabbalah model.
Okay, well now that you said it to me, I would definitely do that. But before, I didn't think numerology was, because the way they make it sound, the 12 tribes, 12, Zodiac.
Yeah, where's the 12 tribes? Like, they don't even go into that.
Who?
The Jewish